Hello, this is Patrick. Welcome to Chart Built Wealth, profitable investing with technical analysis. Happy Friday. I have not been adding or subtracting from anything, but I wanted to go over a couple things that I'm doing today and opportunities that are there with our current long and short positions. So with that, let's get into it. This is just a chart of the S&P 500, and we have the ending diagonal pattern here, the two converging trend lines. We had a possible head and shoulders pattern. It never materialized. And so we're bouncing around here up near the top. And so no change. I'm still short the S&P 500. And that doesn't mean that I don't have current long positions or I'm not currently holding other securities, but I am short the overall market. Here's seasonality on the S&P 500. It's suggesting a low down in, I don't know, maybe the first third of March. So again, our short position hopefully will pan out for us and we'll make some money into that. The amount of the decline, I'm not sure about. I've shown you the long-term charts showing 5, 6 year negative divergences, which suggests a big correction. Uh, is this the time we get that big correction? I don't know, but that's one of the reasons why I'm short, because both the long term and the short term suggest a short position, and I want to make money on it if it is, regardless of the magnitude. This is fixed income. I went bullish on IEF a couple of weeks ago. It was on 127, and you can see we've been able to get above the confluence of moving averages, granted not by a lot, but this big inverse head and shoulders, which is a bullish pattern, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, like a man or woman hanging upside down, is suggesting 103 from where we went long at 92-ish. That's a big move for bonds. And if the stock market doesn't do well, I'll be glad I have fixed income because it will go higher. So that's where we're at. And if we take a shorter look at this small part of IEF, I think today you're getting a good opportunity to add, which I did. And here we are. We have a confluence of moving averages. We had prices spike up, and as these moving averages are all converging, we're getting a pullback to that convergence. And those of you that have listened to me for a while, that's called a positive rainbow convergence, a bullish rainbow convergence, where prices type 2, where prices actually come back to that convergence. As long as they stay above this convergence, let's call it at 92.50, it suggests that we should get another higher high above that 93.73, which would get us on our way to hopefully 103. So, when we jumped up here, as I've tried to communicate, I sell on into strength. I sell, let's just say I have 100 shares. I'm going to sell 10 shares on a move like that. It was, I think it was about a 2% move or maybe a 1.5% move. So I'll sell 10 of those. And then today I'm going to up my position. So I might be, if that's the amount of shares I had, I might buy 25 or 30 shares or 50 shares right here, depending on how big I want to get. So I think this is a really good opportunity to add to the 10-year Treasury IEF. I think TLT looks good, not as good as this. LQD, the corporate bond ETF. I like IEF, though. I think it's in the middle of the curve, so it's not quite as volatile as TLT, the 20-year Treasury, and you get a nice coupon. Microsoft, hanging on by a thread. So here's our stop at 410, and here's we're still trying to stay above that. So Again, Microsoft, I'm actually, even though I'm losing in this position, it's going to tell me where the market's going. If I get stopped out of Microsoft and the point and figure chart already went negative, then I don't see the market going a lot higher without Microsoft going higher. So it's just something we're going to keep an eye on. China's had a good week. Looks like it's going higher here, up close to 3% this week. And the bigger charts of China, the monthly charts suggest much higher prices. This is just a smaller pattern that got us involved back here in being long China. So my stop is still 29, and I'm looking for much higher prices in China. Silver, again, I had a comment by a viewer, a subscriber saying, I can't buy commodities. How should I work this with my stock, with, what I can do in my 401k, which is basically stocks and fixed income. So if I could back up for 1 second, this is a perfect opportunity. Let's say you're 70% in stocks and you're 80% in stocks and you're 20% in fixed income. Today's a good day maybe to add some to your fixed income allocation. That is something that you can do. And positive returns will give you stability in your portfolio. But I have stressed that commodities is where I think you're going to get some big, big gains. And hopefully I'm right. I'm certainly positioned that way. Silver was my latest buy recommendation. This is a big monthly chart, just showing how huge this pattern is. And the price projection on this is somewhere around close to 70, which is, I want to say it was 130% potential upside. So very bullish on silver. Today it's down a little bit. So again, I'm adding to my silver position and gradually getting that to where I want to get. Copper looks similar to silver, only it hasn't broken out of this huge ascending triangle, flat top, ascending support line. But you can see too, there's a smaller triangle here that it broke out of this week. And so just a smaller pattern, 7 points, 28, 35 is the price projection based on this symmetrical triangle. And so if that happens, we'll break out of this huge 2.5 year pattern that's in development on copper. So really like copper. Palladium, still kind of wrestling around here, but it was able to get through its confluence of moving averages and still bullish on platinum. Last but not least, if you have cash, now I have less cash. A couple of weeks ago, I had a lot in T-bill. This is what is it, a 3 month Treasury ETF. So it doesn't have a lot of volatility. It pays over a 5% coupon. Pretty much pretty much risk free, which is really unbelievable. It tells you things are upside down and things are not right. But I had a lot in this going back a couple of weeks ago, but now with my buy recommendation on fixed income and also like today's pullback, I've taken money out of the short-term treasuries, uh, T-bill, and put it into IEF and TLT and OQD, because while the dividend is the same or possibly in some of those cases a little bit less, the appreciation potential is pretty big in fixed income, according to the pattern. But this is where I put my cash. Thank you for watching Chart Built Wealth, profitable investing with technical analysis. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday. Adios.